That's right. It's your Krammissioner here, ruiner of the draft and all things fantasy related. That's alright. I can take it. And you're right. You have a right to boo me. I wanted to start off this season by apologizing for the draft. I know that we had a preset draft order, and due to my error and my error alone, it was messed up, and some people were not given the draft position that they had planned on. Now, if we're being honest, I mean, none of you really did mock drafts except for Curtis, maybe did 2 or 3. And the people that were most vocal about the draft, John Mark and Abarca, actually improved their draft position and ended up with pretty good teams. But that's neither here nor there. Once again, I sincerely apologize, and as your commissioner, I'm always striving to be better. I'm not perfect, but hey, everybody makes mistakes. Now, let's get on with this season, shall we? Speaking of people that screwed up the draft, league owner and rocking chair creep artist Chase Bernetich. Despite the draft being around the same time every year, and this being our 13th, 14th year doing this, and weeks of advance notice and constant reminders from multiple people in the league, somehow Chase still wasn't able to get to the draft on time. As a result, his team auto-drafted, and his outlook on the season looks bleak. Despite the fact that he won't be competitive this year, he still felt the need to take to social media in the days after the draft to express some interesting viewpoints about the league and the direction moving forward.
Yeah, but Beck, I want this league to be, like special, like it's a privilege to be a part of this league,
I totally agree, Chase. The league is special, and so are you. And I'm guessing special is the word that your doctors use to describe your condition as well. He had an interesting proposition when it comes to making the league more competitive and bringing in more invested members.
I think I'm going to go on a little hiatus since I want to, and give and fully let Luke run my little team here for like a year or so.
That's right. The same guy that wants to make drastic changes across the league, sweeping rules changes, wants to also, at the same time, get rid of his team, hand it off to his brother, and go hide under a bridge to grow his beard for the rest of the year. I haven't heard a plan that stupid since John Mark suggested we all rub icy hot on our balls. We'll check back in with Chase in a few weeks and see how his team's doing. For now, he's still banned from the WhatsApp conversation and restaurants all over California and Maryland. Moving on to some actual fantasy news now. League owner and child-sized latte Abarca has been talking a lot of trash in the fantasy app recently. This week, he's got a tough matchup against secondhand news frontman John Mark. In what is probably the headlining matchup of the week, the Burley Gents take on In It to Win It Frick. This game pits 2 perennial powerhouses against each other. Curtis is already off to a strong start after a good performance on Thursday night. He drafted what was perhaps the steal of the draft with Kareem Hunt, who exploded for 39 points. Tom Brady shit the bed, but that's what happens when you're 40. He's almost in diapers, and he'll probably be shitting himself a lot the rest of the year. Just kidding. He's the GOAT, and I'm sure he'll bounce back. Just like I'm also sure Gronk will get hurt before the end of the season due to his reckless style of play, and Curtis's hopes will be down the drain. Reigning champion and 3D emoji Joe Gorman takes on the Empire this week. There's a lot of questions surrounding the Empire entering the season. For one, no one's heard from Sonny in over 2 years. Finch has been handling all the day-to-day operations and put together a solid team. But with Sonny still lurking in the shadows somewhere and bound to make an ill-advised pickup at any time, it could derail their season in a hurry. Sonny's been gone for so long that insider league sources say that he's been pressuring Finch to pick up Colin Kaepernick because he still believes that he's going to be a productive member of the San Francisco 49ers this year. In other matchups this week, Eric takes on Drew, Sean takes on Chase, and I take on Kamran's representative. Alright guys, that's about all the time I have this week. I'm glad to be back, and I'm glad the new season is finally underway. As always, I wish you all the worst of luck this season.